Yo, what's up guys? I have with me here the brand new T1M Smart Ceiling Light from Aqara. Kind of hard to fit it all in frame there. Let's take a closer look today and determine if this new smart light may be a good addition to your smart home. Let's go. Yo, what's up guys? My name is Shane and this channel is all about building an easy Apple home, smart home with new videos and live streams published every week. Now, if you have a smart home, and especially if you have an Apple smart home like me, chances are you've probably heard of Aqara. And if not, Aqara is a brand that makes very solid, reliable, yet affordable smart home products that all support Apple Home. Now, I've been a big fan of Aqara products for many years. Full disclosure, I have collaborated with Aqara in the past and they did send me out their new Ceiling Light T1M early so that I could try it out and share it with you, but this video here is not sponsored in any way. I just always try to be as transparent as possible about all that stuff right up front. Okay, so the new T1M ceiling light, this is one that I've actually been looking forward to for quite a while. It's now available to purchase as of today. Now this is only Aqara's second lighting product to be released internationally following their T1 light strip. Now this ceiling light, just like that T1 light strip, is a Zigbee product. That means you will need an Aqara hub to connect this light to your smart home. Fortunately, there are a number of different Aqara Zigbee hubs to choose from, all of which include, different features at different price points, so you can likely find one that will fit your needs. This light does support Apple Home. Again, you will need an Aqara hub. It also supports Matter, which means it will work with any smart home platform like Amazon or Google Home. Now, I've been told that on launch, the Matter support only works when paired to the Aqara M2 hub. So keep that in mind if you want that Matter integration right out of the box, but I'm sure that the Matter support will come through their other hubs in the very near future. Aqara's been really good about bringing that support and kind of following through on those promises. Personally, I would choose not to use the light with Matter if you use Apple Home, but I'll get more into that in a minute. And this light should act as a Zigbee repeater for your Aqara Zigbee network since it is a mains powered device. The T1M combines a large white light with a colorful gradient ring. The white light can be adjusted from 2700 to 6500 Kelvin. That's what gives you that really nice, cool to warm whites. Great for functional lighting. The gradient ring supports 16 million colors and has some really cool effects and stuff like that, which we'll get into in a second. In the box, we have some mounting screws, the light, and our getting started guide. The light itself is 19.5 inches in diameter with a thickness of just under 3 inches. The ceiling light that I've had up is similar in style, but you could probably tell is much cheaper and quite a bit smaller. I paid around $35 for that one, I think, around Black Friday. It's basically just a cheap Toya light. It does support HomeKit natively, but as you can probably tell, the quality just doesn't even compare when stacked up next to this Aqara ceiling light. One of those cases where you kind of get what you pay for, I guess. A simple twist to pop off the cover. Inside, you'll see the white LEDs. This here is where our wires from the ceiling will plug into. And the color gradient ring is basically just an LED strip light that goes around the base, which you could probably see here. A very nice metal base on this thing, by the way. I'll remove the wing nuts to get the mounting bracket off. Now I'll mount this to the junction box. There are also 3 screw holes that you are supposed to screw into the ceiling to secure it. Now you should always turn the power off at the breaker before doing any type of electrical work. After removing my previous light, you can see I have the hot wire for the light, a neutral wire, a ground wire, and I have an extra wire here that's for a ceiling fan, so I'll keep that capped off since I don't have a fan here. Install the bracket. I'll tuck away the fan wire since I won't be needing that. Then you have to pull the wires through the hole and line it up so you can put the wing nuts back on. Then you are supposed to add those 3 additional screws to the ceiling. Now, I'm not going to do that because I'm actually planning to move this light to another location in my home after this initial testing. Next, you'll just want to put the wires into the proper terminals. They're very clearly labeled. That's really it. The hard part is over. I cut the power back on at the breaker to make sure the light is connected right. and you can see it's very bright. Here's a close-up so that you can see the wiring. Then just twist back on the cover and the physical installation is all done. You want to add the light to your Aqara hub next in the Aqara app, which is super easy to do. Just tap on add new device, select the ceiling light and choose which hub you want to add it to. And if for some reason it's not showing up and you need to put the light, into pairing mode, you'll want to toggle the light switch 3 consecutive times to put it into that pairing mode. In the Aqara app, you have your main light and the color ring separated at the top. You can turn them both on or off together or control them separately, of course. I'm adjusting the brightness here and changing the colors. Doing the same thing for the main light, and you can adjust the white temperature here. In the effects tab, you can see a number of preset effects that all look really nice. You can tap the plus icon and create your own static or dynamic effects as well. If we hop over to the Apple Home app, the lights will be grouped together as a single accessory at first, but you can separate them. Now, a huge bonus, in my opinion, for a light like this, any ceiling light, I think, is that this supports adaptive lighting in HomeKit. That's the feature that will let your whites gradually change from like cool white to warm white throughout the day based on the time of day. And another benefit is that you can get those lighting effects exposed to HomeKit by exporting your Aqara scenes in the Home app. So that's really nice. A lot of times you can't get, special effects into the Home app. I did a whole video not that long ago on doing this. I'll put a card up here and also a link down in the description below if you want to check out that video. Now, one thing to note, if you do have a light switch connected to this fixture, as most ceiling lights do, you will want to consider this. If you or someone else turns that switch off, it will kill the connection to your ceiling light and it will be unresponsive in the Apple Home app and in the Aqara app. And one good solution might be to replace your physical switch at the wall with an Aqara smart switch. These switches have a feature that allow you to disable the physical switch, but still use it in automations. Then you can just create automations that will allow you to turn on and off your ceiling light with that switch. That's probably what I would do. Otherwise, just make sure you never turn that switch off because your automations and all that stuff will not work with the light anymore. Overall, I think Aqara did it again here. Yet another great product in their lineup. The build quality on this feels really nice. I think it has a solid premium look to it. I love that it supports adaptive lighting. I mentioned earlier that if I had the option, I would choose not to use this light with Matter. That's because Matter does not support adaptive lighting in Apple Home right now. But if your Aqara hub is paired to Apple Home through just like the traditional legacy, maybe we'll say HomeKit integration, not through Matter, then you will have access to adaptive lighting for this light in the Apple Home app. And I think it's a great feature, again, like I said, for a ceiling light. It's really nice to have those color temperatures gradually change throughout the day. I really like to have, bright, cool whites during the day and in the morning to kind of energize me, and a warmer white, at night when I'm trying to settle down and stuff like that. And again, you can also control the LED color ring separately. I can see this being great for status notifications in your smart home. You can like turn the light green when the mailbox is open if you have a sensor out there, or flash it red if the alarm is triggered. Stuff like that could be really useful, especially since that light is separate from the main white light. And of course, it's great if you just want to set the mood with your other smart lights in the room, for example. I do really like the nice soft glow that you get on the ceiling around it, and the gradient effects all look really cool. The diffuser is great, so you don't see any hot spots or anything like that. And I do actually like that it supports Zigbee over something like Wi-Fi, like the last light that was up there. Once again, that means you will have to have an Aqara hub. That also means that it should remain very responsive and reliable over time. If you want to pick one up, I'll put a link down below in the description, as well as any discount codes or anything like that if I'm able to get one for you. You can pick it up for $149.99 US, so not the cheapest thing, but again, kind of get what you pay for much of the time. It's also not the most expensive option either. I've also been playing around with the new Nanoleaf skylight that was recently released as well. I'll have another video on that coming very soon, so be sure to subscribe if you haven't already so you don't miss it, and other smart home videos every single week. I also live stream every Wednesday. Would love to see you there in the chat. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.